Hi, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 2023 money and career reading for you. Now, we're going to be doing this reading a little bit differently, so let me know what you think. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. We have the Nine of Wands crowning us. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading. We then have the Ten of Pentacles. That's beautiful. We have the Three of Swords, not as beautiful, but still okay. We have the Seven of Wands. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. And we have the Ten of Swords. Very, very, very interesting time. It's a beautiful time. It really is. But there's a sense here of we're letting go of a lot that has been holding us back for too long. We're realizing like, wow, I held on to that too long. I don't need that anymore. We're seeing a lot of pain that we have carried, three major wounds that we have had in our lives, spiritually, emotionally, personally, that have really affected us at a cellular level. They've changed the way that we moved in the world, and they changed the ease for which we moved in it in. We're going to see those being addressed and those being released. There's a real sense of, oh, I'm coming back to me. We can say, and we will say, I feel like I did once upon a time. Like I feel like I did when I was younger or before XYZ happened. So being aware of that, that also helps us, because I know we're talking about money and career, and you could be like, well, what does that matter? It makes us much more secure in the way that we're moving forward. There was a fear, there was a doubt, there was a chaos around us. And now there's like, oh, but I can do that. Like I can see clearly through the forest. The Ten of Pentacles, prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. I love that you begin with a 10, which is a completion of a cycle. You end with a 10, which is a completion of a cycle, right? And this is the completion of a cycle financially. This is a completion of the cycle mentally. You have three tens here. So spirit is telling you, three is a divine number. The divine is telling you you're completing cycles. You're entering into a new phase of your existence. A lot of the energy that we have spent, like fighting, defending, saying, it has to be like this or it has to be like that type of energy, and being so super strict with ourselves that we didn't give ourselves permission to enjoy and embrace, we're starting to release that. And that's very much around work, where it was like, oh, but it has to be like this. I have to have it just like that. Around our work, around our passion, with the Nine of Wands, there is a sense here. It's very interesting. There is a sense of like, I'm getting what I need because I'm no longer staying on the defensive. But what I think is very interesting is that one of the shopping bags that he has opens up and the contents of it falls out, which is terrible, right? Terrible if you spent all that time picking out the perfect gift and then you find that you've kind of lost it. And that's how we can feel when it comes to our career. We can feel like I've spent so much time trying to curate it just right, trying to get things just so, and I'm losing the momentum, or I lost the momentum of the way that I need to move forward. And spirit is saying here, yeah, but everything's changing now. Everything's changing now. And it's changing for the better. And we're going to see that a lot of the lessons that we have learned, they a lot of the things that we would think, oh, that will stop me. Like that lesson, that thing, that could break you. And it could break you, but it's also made you astoundingly strong. It's made you have such a better insight, such, more kind of fervent ideas towards things. It's strengthened you, it's forged you instead of shattered you. So be aware of this during this time as well, Libra. Okay. So now let's embrace the singing bowl, a clearing of the energy space, just because I love it so much. Also, if you are interested in entering to receive a free reading from me, put a snowman emoji in the comment box. A person will be chosen at random, and I will be announcing the winner in a separate video on the 1st of January. That video will go up announcing the winner, giving all the instructions in there. So good luck to everyone. And put a snowman emoji in the comment box if you are interested. And if you're not, that's totally cool. All right, now let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Libra. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and Spirit guides, angels. So here we have beautiful reversed. And with beautiful reversed, one of the most important things for us, Libra, and we might think, oh, that sounds shallow or that's not right, is to embrace beauty. We are ruled by Venus. Embracing beauty is an important part of us, of who we are, of how our energy moves. So embracing the beautiful. It doesn't have to be that anybody else thinks it's beautiful. As long as you look at it and are like, that's gorgeous, that's all that matters. So embracing beauty is going to be highly beneficial for you during this time. And yet we haven't been. We haven't been taking the time to embrace the beautiful, to, sit and create something beautiful, but also to absorb something beautiful. That's going to be really important. And that's really going to heighten our energy vibration. So be aware of that energy, be aware of that beauty. Our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. This is flexibility, and this is the sacral chakra. Embracing our sacral chakra, embracing our sensual energy is going to be just so important for us. There's a real sense of stepping into our power, of looking at things differently, of moving forward in things in a new way, different way. It's embracing the flexibility of spirit, of mind, of creation, and it's coming from the sacral chakra, this place of creative, sensual energy. So focusing on that, the movement of the body for you is going to be very important as well. It's like, how flexible is your body? It doesn't mean that you have to be super flexible. You might not be flexible at all, or you might have, an inability, like, to have that able-bodiedness, right? But here, it's like, it's embracing your body. It's sitting there and saying, okay, I might not be able to do this physically, but in my mind, I can embrace the flexibility and the visualization of the flexibility, to have that energy flowing through my body, to have that energy, absorbed within me. And then that really does raise our energy vibration, but that also connects us beautifully with that chakra and with the power that is there. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. So we have two. We have the Six of Swords and we have the World. So we're going to be looking at things and thinking, oh, I have to push out, push out, push out, right? I have to be in the middle of so much more, like being a part of the world, connecting with everything. That's going to be really important to us. And Spirit is saying here, connect with the universe within yourself, connect with your own world. What do you want? How are you moving forward? It's kind of like, get all that in order. There's a questioning of the information that we're gathering and the way that we are moving towards what we want, what we desire, what we're looking for. So here, just knowing that, just be very careful not to let insecurities kind of take over, and for us to be like, oh, well, I can't do that. Like, I'm not sure. There's just always that question around us. We want to be in the middle of everything, but then we can be overwhelmed by that energy as well. So connecting with the small universe within ourselves, connecting with that power that's within our own bodies, that's going to be one of the ways to really start opening up the door and really start embracing what we want. But there's going to be a real temptation that comes forward where it's like, oh, but I can get everything I need out here, not in here, out here. And it's easier. It's easier to go, like, kind of like, it's like ordering fast food, right? It's easier to go that route because it's so quick and convenient than taking the time and embracing, like, the good homegrown meal that you can make for yourself. But it takes longer, and it can bring up some frustrations too. So just being aware of that. Not saying that if you order fast food or cook, like, either one is better, but just using that as an analogy, because I'm just seeing vegetables being pulled from a garden. I'm seeing things being prepared, like, step by step by step. And that's what Spirit's saying. It's like, take those steps, take that extra time. So it's coming to me from Spirit in that form. With the Nine of wands, I think it's very interesting that it's that shopping bag that's broken and the wands that are falling on the floor, because the Nine of Wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is a person standing battle wearied, and it's like their head is bandaged, their arm is in a sling. I mean, be it here, his arm is carrying all those packages, right? And one arm way more than the other. And it's like our mobility is cut down by what we're viewing as being important at the time. And we could say, okay, for the guy who's defending himself and battle worn, that's way more important than shopping. And yeah, okay. But also, there is the sense here of what are we valuing that's sucking our energy from us? What if we put our blood, sweat, and tears into, but aren't seeing the return in? And that's going to be a very important question, because there's a sense here of like, what am I building? What do I want? And what am I fighting for? And is it aligned with who I am and where I want to be in my life? So there's these questions here that come forward, and there's a sense of how do I step into my power, my energy, and myself? Be very mindful of taking everybody's words, everybody's, desires, and shoving them on yourself. It's like, oh, I have to be like this, I have to be like that, I have to be like this. You have to be you during this time. And if that means leaving some things behind, if that means even being disappointed in certain avenues, it's like, oh, well, I can't be that. And I thought I would be, man, that stinks type of thing. But it's like, but I'm seeing me and finding yourself. What I've learned in my life, it's not always knowing who you are, because sometimes that's difficult. It's figuring out who you're not. And then aligning what's really important to you, what you sit there and makes your heart sing. I listened to a person and she calls it heart jumping moments. And I think that's so beautiful. Like, what makes your heart jump? What makes your soul sing? It moves us to this real sense of like, I'm releasing a lot of the hurts and the pains that have been here for a really long time. The Three of Swords is heartbreak, it's pain, it's disappointment. There are some renditions of the Three of Swords where you just see a person screaming, and it's like, I need to release that pain. And I see that for you as well. Now, you can scream into a pillow or have a good scream if that's what you need to do. But there's something with the throat chakra and your release that's going to be very, very, very important. The throat chakra can be stimulated through humming, through chanting. It's where our thyroid is, and we're ruled by swords in the minor arcana. We're air sign energy. So our voice and our connection with our voice is a very powerful thing. The Three of Swords is looking at the pain that we've had, the heartbreak that we've had, the ways that we have defined ourselves. And if you've ever noticed, we tend to define ourselves, as either our successes, right? This is who I am. And instead of saying who we are, like personally, we say what we do. And then we also define ourselves by our failures. So it's taking those both off the table and saying, this is my heart. This is me. And there's a sense of moving towards love towards ourselves, which is going to be revolutionary, which is going to open up doors where it's like, oh, but I love me. Oh, but I'm connecting with me. Oh, I need to heal from that. And I'm showing myself the grace to heal with the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. It's the people coming up, and it's the person standing there like on the higher ground with their wand, defending themselves. And it's always being on the defensive. Why are we always on the defensive? Because we've learned we could be hurt, and we have been hurt. So it's like, listen, I'm just going to defend. I'm going to get you before you get me type of thing. And we do that energetically here. So when it comes to our wealth, when it comes to our career, what we're going to be seeing is I don't always have to be on the defensive. When it comes to our career and our passion, there's almost a, well, yeah, I'll justify it. Or, oh yeah, it's some sort of combativeness that comes forward. And there's a need now to say, listen, I'm not spending all my energy fighting. I'm just not. It's not working for me. I don't like it. It's draining. It's a lower base energy vibration where, yeah, some really, 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 really super successful people live in that lower energy base foundation of success. And that's great for them. But it doesn't breed happiness. It breeds a hunger that's like an endless pitted monster that will just gobble everything up. To be that person who says, listen, you don't get it, that's cool. But I'm not spending my life fighting fools. I'm not. It wastes our time. Here, creatively, because the Wands is creation. This is our work, this is our passion, this is what gets us out of the bed in the morning to move. And sometimes, yeah, that's our paycheck, and it's, the people who are like, oh, I need this, I need that, and type of thing going on. But here, it's like, I'm not I'm not having my passion be pulled away by the endless fighting, the endless bickering, the endless chaos, the endless pettiness that is our world. I'm letting myself shine. And for some of us, because I know this sounds really funny, but for some of us Libras, we're going to be looking at things and saying, you know what? This is what's important to me, and this is what's not. And we could be making huge life changes during this time. We have the repeat of the number 10 3 times, divinely given to us. So we can be making huge changes. This isn't saying, quit your job, join the circus type of thing. But this is saying, I'm looking at things and I'm going to be saying, okay, this is what's important to me. This is what isn't. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. And all of a sudden, that starts to lead us into a new season of our life. It does. With the Wheel of Fortune, we are seeing our fortune change. We are seeing ourselves change. We are entering into a new sense of what we want and who we are and where we're going and what we desire. And we're opening up the door, but we're also realizing that we're not the same person we were going into this. What we want has changed. What we value has changed. What is important to us has changed. We might be saying it hasn't, but you're entering into a new season where it's almost going to be like, okay, you're just in the bikini and it's wintertime, right? That's not going to work. Or you're just in, winter clothes and it's summertime. That's not going to work. So here it's very much saying to us, what are we entering into? And how is our soul dressed for it? How are we entering into this season? I use the seasons for it because that makes the most sense, but like it doesn't have to be that we're entering into a change, even though we are, right? The 21st gives us either winter or summer, depending on where we are in the world. But we're going to be seeing ourselves moving forward. And we're going to be knowing, oh, okay, something isn't fitting anymore. It doesn't work that way anymore. And now I'm embracing this aspect of my life and myself. I'm moving forward in this power. Because we've had the hurts and the pains and the disappointments. We have. We've had the mudslinging thrown at us, and we've had the doubts and the fears. And the Ten of Swords is a resurrection of self. It's our minor arcana death card. It's the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new, the stepping into the power that has come from people trying to destroy us or from our mistakes and missteps. And now we move forward powerfully, determinedly, brilliantly, saying, this is me. This is where I need to be. This is who I am. This is what I desire. And this is what I want in my life. The Ten of Swords is taking the swords out of our back, because in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's the swords in the back, just like these are all the candy canes that are sprouting up from the snowman. And instead of seeing them as heartbreaks, all of a sudden we start to say, look at what I learned from that. And look how much stronger I am than there. And look at this, because it leads us to financial success. Money, or what we value as much as money, is coming into play with the 10 of Pentacles. This is wealth, prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. Again, it's money, or what we value as much as money, and it's generational blessings. We might look at things, and we've been very programmed to looking at generational curses and heartbreaks and pains and disappointments. We're shattering them. We're shattering what we thought would hold us back forever. And now we're going to see ourselves stepping into success and bounty and abundance and a real sense of, I can do this. I've got this. You have your ancestors behind you. Okay. You have people rooting for you. You have this real sense of, okay, there is a person. I don't know if she had long fingernails or if she just had long fingers and always kind of talked like very cat-like movements with her hands. Like, just, I don't know why I'm getting cat-like, but she spoke with her hands, and she had these either long nails or long fingers that really emphasized her statements. And I see that person really being behind you, really connecting with you. Okay. There is a sense of prosperity, abundance, bounty. There is a path towards wealth that you hadn't thought of before, or that you thought, oh, this is just something silly that I do. But it's like, oh no, this is you. And I see something like a drop of ink on a paper, and it's bleeding out, and it's creating it's like from that one like drop of ink, it's creating this beautiful intricate line drawing. So there's something here where there's something that like plots down, and you think, What am I going to do with that? And then it becomes this whole big thing. It becomes so beautiful, so intricate. So I don't know exactly what that means, but that is what I'm seeing here. And it's opening up a door of success and prosperity. It's opening up, more to you than what you had realized. And it's like, oh, that was it. Oh, that was it. That was where I needed to be. Oh, that's what I was saying before. But there's a real sense of gifts coming into play. And they're gifts that you have that you just thought, oh, well, this is just me, right? Like that's not a gift. It's just who I am. It's just Libra. And people are like, no, that's a gift. Like that's a gift. Start leaning into that. It will bring you prosperity. It will bring you success. It will bring you wealth. It will, or what you value as much as money. Our subconscious spirit message is blissful. Follow your bliss. Let yourself be filled with bliss. Joseph Campbell said, follow your bliss. That is what he said. And when he said that, and I oh my gosh, I was so obsessed with Joseph Campbell when I was younger, just so obsessed with him. I like inhaled everything. He didn't mean that every moment of every day was supposed to be bliss, but he's like, let the joy be there. Let the joy be there. Pull it in. Connect with it. Connect with it and let it be. Fill yourself with bliss so that when you have those moments during the day that are struggles, that are people you're interacting with that you would rather not interact with at all, or situations where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm just so frustrated. You have the bliss coming in. And it's like that balances you. And Libra, you're all about the balance. You're all about the balance because you're coming back into center because you've been out of balance for a bit of time here. Our subconscious chakra message is listening reversed. This is the throat chakra. Spirit said to connect with the throat chakra. I'm just remembering that from somewhere in here, and I don't remember exactly where. But here with the throat chakra reversed, we're listening reversed. We're going to have a tendency not to listen, not to connect with our voice. There's a sense of a lot of talking. Like our world tends to be very good at talking and very bad at listening. So here, connect with your throat chakra. Humming, chanting, connecting with our voice, listening, just embracing the quiet and seeing the information that we get, the way that we connect with our angels, the way that we connect with our spirit guides. That's going to be so important to us. Listen, it's going to be one of the hardest things for us to do during this time, to slow down and listen, but it's going to be a game changer when we slow down and listen, when we take in the information. So just be aware of this. Because we are also an air sign energy, right? And we're all about the thoughts and the mind. When the throat chakra is off, the communication is off, we can feel like we're not quite as witty as we usually are, or we don't make the connections as quickly. We need to sit in meditation or in quiet and connect with this, okay? And that's going to help us have this turn right side up where we're really listening, we're really connecting, and we move forward empowered. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Five of Wands. Be mindful that either we're used to a lot of chaos, we're used to a lot of bickering, fighting, nonsense, and it's very easy for us to fall into that energy, especially when it comes to career, when it comes to what we're passionate about. Be mindful that that energy can take over. With the Five of Wands, be mindful also of other people trying to pull you into their trauma dramas, trying to pull you into their gossip and their chaos. We just don't need it. Also, somebody has a tendency to take nothing, like nothing, and make it into a big thing. And you're like, what the heck? I just asked if you wanted a salad. Like, what's wrong with you? Type of thing. Like, or I asked if you wanted to come with me. Like, they take nothing and they make it into something. So just be aware of this during this time. Our subconscious tarot message is the Two of Cups reversed. There's something that we need to heal from during this time. There's a release, there's a sense of love, there is a sense of embracing our heart and soul in ourselves, and we're not ready to heal, or we're not seeing the path of healing that is opening. So just be mindful about this, that during this time, and it really will help us financially and career-wise, that seeing this peace, seeing this love that's coming and taking it in and making sacred space for it and holding sacred space for it is going to be a big deal for us. But it's going to be very easy for us to even overlook this. It's like, oh no, I'm busy. I'm sorry. I'm going this way. And Spirit's like, oh no, you're supposed to go this way towards the healing, towards the love, towards the connection. So just be aware of that. All right. All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy. Oh, let's end this reading by saying if you want a private reading, check out my website in the description box below. It's daneharttarot.com, and that's also where the cards are. Now let's end this reading with a meditation, a healing, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Libra. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and have a wonderful holiday season. Bye.